8:30. So.
Yeah. So yeah, and she was very nervous, both Sarah and Melinda. And that goes back to the success type mindset. Like you both said you wanted to do it, but I'm scared and I'm nervous.
Yeah.
But you did it anyway. That's the success type mindset.
Yeah.
So thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I'll see you at home in a little bit.
Okay.
All right. All right. But the whole thing with running is you do get that runner's high now, but you don't get it for at least 2-3 weeks of being consistent. Mm-hmm. And then once it just hits you one day, it's like you just all of a sudden you're running and your legs feel better. You start breathing better, and then you get this adrenaline rush. Mm-hmm. And then once that happens, you become addicted. I mean, it's an awesome feeling. So that's one of the reasons. First of all, I do it because I maintain my weight, but I feel so good after I do it.
Yeah.
And then I do that, and then I go home. Go to work, and it's just like I have an awesome day because I've said this. I don't know if anybody's listening who I work with, but I've said this a lot where it's hard when you have a success type mindset. Like I run 7 miles in the day, and then I go to work in the morning, and then I go to work, right? So I'm already successful in my mind. Mm-hmm. I ran 7 miles. A lot of people don't run 7 miles. A lot of people run more than I do. Mm-hmm. But I run 7 miles. Most people don't do that, and then I go to work. So if nothing else, I've succeeded. So I go into work with a successful type mindset. I ran 7 miles. I'm going into work successful. And that's why I make things happen at work is because I'm already going in there with the right mindset.
Yeah. Very true. Yeah, I guess I just need to take the time to do it, and I just haven't.
And look, I'm not saying you have to run. I'm not saying
no, I know, and I mean, I used to go to the gym a lot more regularly too, and I've been away from that lately. So, and I feel I guess is what you're saying. I feel bloated and blah. Just I feel heavy, and I feel even though I haven't even really gained. I think I've gained 2 pounds in the last 6 months probably, but I feel heavier and I feel tired and just I don't know.
Oh, girl.
Yeah.
I could help change your life.
Oh, I know.
I mean, you know me enough now.
And I know the things that I need to do. So I need to do them.
Do it.
Right.
Don't talk, do.
Right.
It's the things I preach all the time. You can talk all day long. Talking's not going to change your life.
Mm-hmm. And I guess I've kind of, I'm whatever, busy. We're all busy, so that's not an excuse, but I've just had other things distracting me lately, but now I'm kind of done with that, and I feel like, okay, now it's time for me to get serious about getting
Well, let's see how we can help
better.
You then. Like, are you prepared? Like, can you commit to and start something even as soon as tomorrow?
Well, ironically, I'm supposed to start going to the gym tomorrow.
Okay.
We made a pact last Friday or Saturday that we're going to start going to the gym again tomorrow. So there you go.
Well, now, so you made the pact. That's good. You've got the goal, right? Now do it. No excuses. You have to commit to it. In other words, when you set a goal, a real goal, there's no exception. One of my favorite lines is from Yoda: "Do or do not, there is no try." You know, I'm a huge Star Wars geek. So.
Yeah.
But I use that a lot.
Yeah,
Melinda will be whatever, and I say it jokingly. You know me.
Yeah.
I'm joking most of the time.
Right.
But she'll say, like, I tried, and I go, do or do not. There is no try. Like, I just, in other words, just do it or don't do it.
Right.
Don't make excuses. Just do it. And, I'm teaching my daughter those kind of things,
Yeah.
because I want her to have a successful type mindset. It's so true, though. Do or do not. There is no try. Like, just do it. So tomorrow, commit to it. Do it. And now, don't kill yourself tomorrow.
No.
It makes no sense. Like, now, I love when I kill myself at the gym or I run really hard. But I'm conditioned. I can do that. I can bust the weights really hard. I can run really hard because I'm conditioned.
Right.
Someone who's just starting out, don't kill yourself. Go light. And so, a lot of people won't tell you that. I'm giving you permission. Start light.
Oh, no,
Walk
I know.
on the treadmill for
because I've known. I've done the crazy go at it when you haven't worked out for a long time. And then, oh my gosh, you don't want to work out ever again in your life the next day because you're in so much pain and... Yeah.
See, people that aren't conditioned, I think what they think, and in fact, I know this for a lot, not everybody, but a lot of people, what they think is, I know I did, the first time I ran, and then the next day, I couldn't even walk. I couldn't even move. I was hurting so bad. And then I would see people jogging, and I'm like, are they insane? Why would you do that to yourself? Like, I can't even move right now. And so I thought every time you ran, I didn't know the word conditioning. I didn't even know what that meant. So I just thought every time you ran, that's how you're going to feel the next day. And then it, like I said, it finally hit me one day. I was running, and it just felt that my lungs felt different, and then the adrenaline started rushing, and then the next day my legs didn't hurt at all. Like I did my lifting today. I lift pretty hard. And then I ran 3 miles. I'll wake up tomorrow. I'll feel fine. My legs aren't going to hurt. They won't hurt. And then tomorrow morning, I'm going to run 7 miles. And then when I wake up on Wednesday, my legs will feel fine. So once you get conditioned, it's a whole new game.
Right.
Feels great. Feels awesome. It's nothing but benefit then. There's no, they always say no pain, no gain. When you get conditioned, there's no pain. It's just pure gain. Feels good. You look good. You're happier. Your attitude changes. Your mood changes.
I will say though, I feel like I know in the past you've talked about going to work and you're the guy that's happy, and you go to work and everybody's like, oh, I hate being here. It's
not everybody.
Not everybody.
But
certainly some people.
Most people. Yeah.
And I feel that I'm pretty good at not having that attitude at work.
Good.
So I really try to make a physical or a mental note of that. I'm at work and I enjoy my job, so that's helpful as well. But I try to all around have a positive mentality, I guess, and on the situation, whatever it is that I'm in, and make the best of it, and
And think about kind of, not that we're done yet, but going full circle and talking about creating your mindset. Think about the people that constantly talk. I mean, when I say constantly, it's the same people every day, constantly talking about how, oh, I hate my job. Oh, is it quitting time yet? Oh, this is going to suck. Today's going to be terrible. Today's going to be so
And we all do have a bad day here or there.
Of course, I do too, sure.
Everyone does. But it does seem like some people in some aspects of your life are always having something wrong. And how are you today? Oh, or my wife this, or and that's all they never say anything good.
Well, I'm here. They say that a lot.
Yeah.
How you doing today? I'm here. Now, those are the type of people. Every day they are having a bad day. Every day they are miserable. Every day they're complaining. So why do you? It's not an accident. It's not coincidence. Why do you think you're miserable every day? Because you're complaining every day.
Right.
You are designing
your life.
But
two, I think it's in your mindset.
Of course.
There's many days where something crappy happens to me, but most of the people in my life don't know it because I don't share that. It's not their problem. It's not, and I look at it like something bad happened, quote unquote, whatever, but I'm not going to let it affect the rest of my life. I'm going to try and move past it. Yes, something, whatever it was. My dog, about 3 weeks ago, blew his knee out and he needs knee surgery. And of my dogs, I have 3 dogs. This is the 3rd knee surgery in the past 5 years. And they're not cheap and they're not easy to go through. He has to be on a leash every time he goes outside now. And for 8 weeks after surgery, he has to be on a leash and crated for the majority of the time. I mean, but I still love him. He's my dog. He brings me a lot of joy in my life. It's just a factor of life. We'll do it. We'll get over it. It's not a big deal, But some people oh my God, and that's all you hear about for the next week or 2 weeks. It's, oh, my life's miserable. Everything keeps happening to me, and
Yeah.
No, things happen to people, but it's the way you spin it, the way you change in your mind. It's how much you let it affect your life.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot on the show too. Is it kind of trying to simplify it, but also there's a lot to it. Is don't sweat the small stuff,
right?
And the things you cannot change. Look, spend a little bit of time on it and move on.
Right.
I'm not saying I never complain. I'm not saying I never get depressed. I never get down. Of course I do. I can say, though, very, very confidently, most of it I turn into comedic type rants all the time in my life, not just here. I'm talking about something upsets me. I'll kind of jokingly get mad about it. But I am joking. I find what's funny and I'll make a few jokes about it and then I move on. There's nothing I can do to change it.
Right.
So focus on the things you can change, work towards that change, make those changes happen, and the things you can't, whether you're upset about it or whether you're happy about it or whatever it still existed. So many people spend so much time this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, my life's miserable, this happened. But whether you're happy or miserable, the event happened. There's nothing you can do to change
Right.
it. Move on.
Right.
And, of course, things like death. Someone dies
Right.
in your family.
And I mean, thankfully, I've never had to experience anyone very close to me that's
Right,
passed.
right. Of course.
So I can't imagine going through that.
Yeah. But give yourself that time.
Give yourself time
If
to
someone
grieve.
close to me passed away, I'm not saying, well, there's nothing I can do to change it. Let's be happy about this.
Right.
And why be miserable? Because,
Right.
no, of course you should be down. Of course you
Right.
should be. But give yourself that time.
Mm-hmm.
Be depressed. Be miserable for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Miss that person. Cry. Do all the things you have to do. But don't be doing those and letting it rule your life a year later,
Yeah.
2 years later, 3. Now, you
But
should
you know
think
what?
about that person.
Right. And I think too, like if you're a year later, 2 years later, you're still so. I don't want to say you're so down about it because again, I've never experienced, so I can't tell you how it would feel. But
Sure.
But I feel like if you have a certain mindset, something else is going to happen to you.
Of course.
Something bad is going to happen to you because you're already just concentrating on the negative in your life, and that's all you're thinking about. And I don't know. I think it's just like a tailspin at that point.
It is. You start creating more bad things. In other words, your mind starts to produce more bad things. And, well, you're miserable about this, but guess what? Didn't you notice this that was happening? Some of it is, it's happening regardless, and sometimes you just don't notice it because you have the proper mindset.
Right.
But now that you're in a mindset of everything stinks, everything's
Yeah.
bad, and I'm miserable, then it's like you start to notice more things that are miserable.
Everything negative.
Yeah, but try to put it in a different perspective in the sense like, a lot of people will oh my God, the way people complain all the time. And if you just look at like, you're really complaining because of this or something like that.
I know. I
you
think
know
of that a lot.
Children go to
How
bed in
many
this world
people in this world have
hungry.
it so much worse than we do?
Yeah.
And I do catch myself if I do start to complain sometimes. I'll think, oh my gosh, are you seriously complaining about that? Really? Because think
Mm-hmm.
of, yeah, like you were saying, children go to bed hungry or disabled or,
Yeah.
I mean, so many terrible things that I've never even had to experience,
Right.
thankfully. So
Exactly.
we have no right to complain about those little things.
It's it's selfish is really what it
Yes.
is. And I know, look, I do it too. There's times, but like I said, I try to pretty much catch myself pretty quickly. And sometimes I will, like, I have no right to be down right now when this person's going through this, And then I try to just change it real quick and move on. So it's not about being perfect. Nobody is. I'm certainly not. I definitely make mistakes, but overcome that, move on, and understand that your mindset controls who you are and who you're becoming. I've gone through massive changes in my life. I'm not done yet. There's still that great white whale out there that I'm gonna catch. Is that Moby Dick? The great white whale, right?
No.
Am I
Well,
confusing?
great.
I don't know. Something about a
I
whale.
don't know.
Something about.
I don't know. I don't know what that phrase is. I don't know.
Yeah, well, whatever it
Yeah,
is. But I'm
okay.
still chasing
You're
that
doing-
one big
yeah.
thing. And I've the time that you knew me in the sense where I was the loser, and then who I am now. I've achieved every goal, every one of my goals at that time when we were living together. That I had written for myself. That every one except one. There's still one
And are you going to tell us what it is, or
to be a millionaire.
okay?
That's my
okay.
one goal.
Yeah,
That I haven't hit yet.
yeah.
But there's certain things in motion that hopefully manifest into that. And I don't want to be a millionaire to be a millionaire. I don't care about fancy cars. I don't care about it's the freedom behind it. And I definitely do want to contribute. I want to help people. I want to make a difference in people's lives. It's part of the reason I do the show. You know, Josh and I, we don't get paid for this show. This is something where it's
Wait,
fun.
I'm not getting paid.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
This is something that's fun, and it's something that I literally do want to touch someone, or hopefully multiple people's lives. I want people to hear these words and know, like, if you are feeling like I used to feel, that you're hopeless. Because I look back at that guy that I used to be. I was hopeless, and I was like, I could never achieve what I'm achieving now. But you can. I did it. You can
I
do it
think
too.
back to the person you were in high school, and just from being your sister. I mean, obviously, I don't know what your friends saw, but you were just depressed, unhappy, depressed,
Yeah.
just kind of floating through life.
Yep.
Like, And I think of you now, it's like you were two totally different people. Mm-hmm. It's almost painful to remember what you were like back then.
Believe